I'm just signing into a website that I've never used before, and I thought that I would take this moment to explain pop-ups to you. I know a lot of you have insecurities around technology. I get that. I do too sometimes. I'm like, can I break this? What if I push that button? Will it self-destruct? Well, I'm here to tell you it won't. 99.9% of the time, whatever you do with a computer is undoable. Right? Computers, devices, iPads, all those things are machines, and they're programmed to do what they're told to do. So if we tell them to do something we shouldn't and they screw up, there's usually a way to unprogram, right, and fix. And it's usually pretty quick. What I want to talk about here real quick, though, is notifications, because I know there's a lot of what's the right word? Caution about sharing our personal information. Like, we are cautioned to be careful with what's out there, right? But if you have a cell phone that you carry around, I hate to tell you this, you're being tracked everywhere you go. And it's just reality. And the internet is always listening when we use it. So that's why you see an ad for, say, snow tires after you've been texting somebody or talking to somebody about getting new tires for your car. It can be very specific. It can even be GPS related. So when you're driving, and they'll pop up an ad for a Tim Hortons or something because you're close to one. That used to really scare me. I used to think, oh my goodness, they know so much about me. And then I did a reality check and realized I'm not that important. They don't really care about the average citizen. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not planning any like military coups or anything. So really, go ahead, Google, listen away. I don't care. So here, as you see on my screen, this little thing, I'm logging into a site called Shout. It's something I use for some social marketing. It manages emails. But it's asked me to allow, if you look up here, and this one's something I'm actually going to hit block on, which I don't normally do. This one says show notifications. Now, if you get a show notifications, it's asking you those little pop-ups in the corner of your screen. Or if you have an app, a little number will show up, like a 1 or a 2, to show you how many messages. On my phone, I like those notifications. On my computer, they're really distracting. If you've seen some of my other videos, things pop up. That's because I used to just say allow to everything. Notifications, unless it's a site that I'm going to be using daily, I say block. The ones you're going to see with the technology that I'm trying to get you guys to use, like Zoom and Google Hangouts and those sorts of things, are going to be asking for access to hardware. So that's actual physical stuff on your device, like your microphone, like your camera. I can honestly tell you 100% it's safe to say allow to those. All it's doing is saying, yes, I'm okay with you turning my microphone on when I'm using this app. Yes, I'm okay with you turning on my camera when I'm using this app. Saying yes does not give them access to any of your saved information on your device. It doesn't. There are notifications that pop-up boxes that ask for things like that, like access to your photos. Now, that means that they're allowed to open your photo app when you want to take a photo out of there and use it in their website or their app. It doesn't mean that they can take any of your photos or any of your information without your consent and share it to anybody else. So it just means that, am I allowed to operate this? Like, so if I pick up my phone and I open my photo app and I have all my pictures there and I pick a photo, that's all it's allowed to do. It's just as if I was doing it, but it's doing it for me. So the app goes, okay, I'm going to open your photos automatically for you. Which one would you like? And it doesn't pick anything. I pick, and then it uses it. But it just allows it to open the app, and it saves you a step of going back and forth, right? So my rule of thumb with the pop-ups to allow things is I almost always say allow, because I also know that the program knows what it needs to run. And if I want it to work the way they tell me it works, I need to say yes. So I almost always, the only time I don't is if I'm on my home device and I don't want the notifications popping up, or I don't want them popping up on my smartboard while I'm teaching, I will choose block. So for this one, I'm choosing block. I can undo that later. There's a way to do that in the site. But I want to encourage you, when you're using Zoom, Facebook, those sorts of things, allow, right? Unless you are, as I said, planning a military coup or, some kind of civil unrest or anything illegal. I don't think you have to worry about any of those kinds of things. So be brave, be kind to yourself. If you make a mistake, just ask for help. We're here. And we've got it. So good luck.